Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Podcast. I'm your host, Sam.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hanna, your co-host. Today, we're talking about something that can completely change the way you learn English, how to train your brain to speak English naturally.
Yes, many English learners study vocabulary and grammar for years, but they still struggle to speak fluently.
Exactly. That happens because speaking a language isn't only about knowledge. It's also about training your brain to think in that language.
When your brain begins to think in English, speaking becomes much faster, easier, and more natural.
And don't worry, in this episode, we'll share simple techniques and daily habits that you can start using today.
So grab a notebook if you want to take notes, relax, and let's begin. Why your brain needs training. Hanna, before we talk about the techniques, let's explain something important. Why does the brain need training to speak a new language?
Great question. Many learners believe learning a language is just about memorizing words, but the brain actually works like a muscle.
That's right. If you don't use a muscle regularly, it becomes weak.
And the same thing happens with language. If your brain doesn't practice thinking and speaking in English often, it won't become comfortable using it.
At the beginning, your brain usually translates from your native language into English.
Which makes speaking slow and sometimes frustrating.
But when you train your brain properly, it stops translating and begins thinking directly in English.
And that's when speaking starts to feel natural.
Step 1. Surround yourself with English. Hanna, let's talk about the first practical step, surrounding yourself with English every day.
Yes, the more English your brain hears and sees, the faster it becomes familiar with the language.
And you don't need to move to another country to do this.
Exactly. You can listen to English podcasts, watch YouTube videos, or follow social media pages in English.
Another great trick is labeling objects around your house.
For example, you can put small notes on things like the mirror, the door, or the refrigerator.
This helps your brain connect English words with real objects.
And try reading something in English every day, even if it's just a short article or a few pages of a book.
Small daily exposure builds familiarity with the language. Step 2. Stop translating. Now let's talk about one of the biggest challenges for learners, translating in your head.
Yes, many people first think in their native language and then translate the sentence into English.
That habit slows down your speaking a lot.
A better approach is to begin thinking in simple English sentences.
For example, while making breakfast, you could think, I'm making coffee. I'm cutting bread.
Or while walking outside, you might say, the sky is blue. The street is busy today.
These small thoughts help your brain train to use English automatically. Step 4. Train your listening.
Yes, listening is actually the foundation of speaking.
When your brain hears English regularly, it learns pronunciation, rhythm, and natural sentence patterns.
A good technique is called active listening.
That means you don't just hear English in the background. You pay attention and try to understand.
You can also repeat short sentences you hear.
Even if you understand only part of the sentence at first, that's perfectly okay. Step 5. Practice shadowing. One of my favorite speaking techniques is shadowing.
Shadowing means listening to a sentence and immediately repeating it.
You try to copy the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and speed.
For example, if the speaker says, I'm going to the market,
you repeat it right away in the same way.
Practicing this for just a few minutes every day can greatly improve your speaking ability.
Step 5. Use your imagination. Another powerful technique is visualization.
Yes, this means imagining situations and practicing English in your mind.
For example, imagine you're in a cafe ordering coffee.
You might say, hello, I'd like a latte, please.
Or imagine talking with a friend about your day.
Your brain practices these conversations even if they are imaginary.
Step 6. Build daily habits. Now, let's talk about something very important: consistency.
Practicing once a week isn't enough.
Your brain learns best through small daily practice.
Even 5 minutes a day can make a big difference.
You can talk to yourself, record your voice, or describe your daily activities.
For example, while cooking, you could say, I'm cutting vegetables. I'm making dinner.
Common mistakes learners make. Before we finish, let's mention a few common mistakes learners make.
The first mistake is focusing too much on perfect grammar.
Fluency should come first. Grammar improves with practice.
Another mistake is ignoring listening practice.
And some learners expect results too quickly.
Learning a language takes patience and regular practice.
Final advice. Before we wrap up, here's one important message.
Your brain can absolutely learn to think and speak in English.
But it needs daily training.
Celebrate small progress. Even one sentence spoken in English is a step forward.
Stay consistent, stay curious, and keep practicing. Closing.
That's all for today's episode of English with Podcast.
If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And tell us in the comments, which technique will you try first?
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next episode of English with Podcast.